Okay, Gintama chapter 613 to 617. It's on 613. Men must live not long or thick, but everyone on a certain planet. The reason we are all gathered here today is because we have sensed a need for an emergency discussion regarding none other than the problem that has been causing an uproar in the palace recently. Oh, this backstory. The kanji in the name Okoku means central country, though it's a homophone for just kingdom. As you have heard, because I collapsed from illness, you vassals split yourselves into two and launch an ugly conflict over the rights of inheritance to the throne of planet Okoku. This is a problem that has occurred completely due to my own weakness. Just as all you have predicted, I am not long for this world, but it is for that reason that I cannot leave this world with such a problem unsolved. Your Majesty, this incident is not worth your troubling yourself over. The uncle, our only desire is for you to sit the throne for as many days as possible. We will take care of any and all political matters. We simply ask you to take care of yourself. Prince Hatta has been leading us retainers in your stead. The kindness of that prince that loves all living things props up even as retainers. I'm certain he will be a good king. His weird tastes of, I guess his unique collections of animals. Kindness. Ness, are you perhaps saying that is a quality befitting a king? A kind prince that turns his back on the country and goes off to fawn over animals can protect the people? Dan, you bastard. You insult his majesty's son to his face. I'm offering this opinion with the intent of offering my life. Your Majesty, there is no one that can protect his country but Prince Barkas. He has incredible talent for battle strategy, he's skilled in politics, and most of all, he is your eldest son. He is the most capable of being king. Yet Prince Barkas does not have the succession rights. You quiet, you're nothing but a hyena trying to take possession of Prince Hatta's leftovers. Dan, do not throw this nation into political turmoil any more than you already have. Then you know the reason full well. Prince Barkas certainly has an abundance of talent and personality well suited to being a king, but there is one very decisive aspect in which he is vastly inferior to Prince Hatta. His yes, his humble member. I guess the translator somewhat tondi member. Oh, my apologies. You have somewhat a small one as well, don't you, Dan? Chinko. The symbol of our species, males, are proud Chidanexco, or Chinko for short. Since ancient times, the size of the chinko on our foreheads has held the most weight to determining a man's value. In any case, those with huge chinkos are the amazing ones. Those with larger chinkas are more popular. Those with larger chinkas have an easier time getting a taxi. Those with larger chinkas are superior creatures. That is no different for the royal family. No matter how much sooner he was born, no matter how much talent he exudes, one with the small chinko is not qualified to be king. That is because you can make up for a lack of talent with effort, but nothing changes the size of a chinko. Spitting on our traditions, you still try to make that most modest membered bastard our king. No, you know shame. It's not a modest member. If the prince is just able to become erect, then it's perfectly done. It doesn't matter what it's like when it's erect. Don't say erect. In that case, when Prince Hatta gets big, you wouldn't believe your. Nes, I don't want to hear about getting big. Don't say gets big. I think it's a wretched custom. Can a chinko govern a nation? Even if his chinko is small, as long as he has ability, he should be able to create a better country. To hell with chinkos, or rather, who cares about chinko? Is that an insult to His Majesty? His Majesty himself that was seated on the throne purely due to the massive size of his chinko. If you took away His Majesty's chinko, then what would be left? Just a puddle. You're the one being insulting. His Majesty has good points besides his chinko. Like what? Name some. He's good at catching taps. That's just because his chinko's huge. All he's got is the chinko. All he can do is wager everything on his chinko. If you think about it that way, then a good for nothing blockhead could become a king as long as he had a big chinko. As long as the chinko is big, the rest of the stuff will work out. Will work itself out, right? He collapsed. Your Majesty, please hang on, Chi. Your Majesty, someone call a doctor. Your Majesty, before it ends, you must tell us who will be the next king. The one with the huge chinko or the one capable with the small chinko? Your Majesty, the capable one with the big chinko. Oh. Father could never forget about Big Brother. Our Big Brother, the first prince of planet Okoku Dragonia. The heroic man they called the Nine Dragon Prince. At a tender age of 5, his chinko was long like the beard of a dragon, and his wit pierced the heavens like the horde of a dragon. 5 years old. And while people said the country would be sure to flourish if he became king, the massive size of his chinko brought about disaster, and he left us. He was the kind of person they call a king. That's not so, Big Brother. You're just as good as him. It's only your chinko is. I'm sorry. Don't say that, Hata. A kind man like you is a one suited to a peaceful era such as this one. But if I'm still here, that peace will not last. There's sure to be a conflict around the position of king. Be a king that loves all creatures, big and small, Hata. Big Brother. Ha. Watch it. I just blacked out for a moment there. What's going on? What's this crazy situation? You won't just black out next time. Lower your guns, bastard. Let the prince go, idiot prince. I knew you liked animals, but I never dreamt you'd make an arc like this. Trying to protect Earth species like this, I've changed my opinion of you. But you should be aware, on Earth, there are wild beasts that are too much for you to handle. You understand the situation, don't you? You should go notify your home country. Your prince's life is in danger. So they should gather all the planet's armies and come here. Tell them that they must bring all armies of planet Okoku to serve the prince's dearest wish, to take action to protect the world by stopping the Liberation Army. Zura, could it be at this late hour you're trying to create an ally for Earth? That's what are you? What are you, mad? Do you seriously think we would fight the entire universe for you low lives? I didn't say fight. I said to form an alliance with Earth. The Liberation Army is stuck on Earth at the moment. They think Earth doesn't have a single ally anywhere in the universe. If an army friendly to Earth suddenly appeared, especially one of the larger ones in the universe, then what do you think will happen? Would happen. If you just draw away the enemy's attention, you won't have to fight. We would be okay even if you ran away after that. Okaku Army, Liberation Army, Zura. It's not Zura, it's Gans. We'll take advantage of that opening, capture the Liberation Army headquarters in one fell swoop, and try to stop the war. If you do that, it will protect all of Earth's species. You've got to be kidding. If that goes badly, our species would be wiped out. Anyhow, do you honestly think I care about the continued existence of the Earth? I've just been gathering my collection together. Who the hell brought these stray dogs with us? You said to give shelter to any ki- every to any ev- to any every creature on Earth, Prince. Can't you tell which creature should be saved and which should be destroyed, you old geezer? Understood, Prince. Hey, go eliminate that white pig along with the I'm sorry, really. Let's give the pigs shelter. It's fine to let the pigs live. Don't you understand? The one who has your life in their hands right now is not the Joey baboons nor the Liberation Army. It is this Gia. Now answer like a pig. Oink. Hear that, everyone? The prince is pretending to be a pig to protect the country. He's saying to shoot him along with the enemy. Do it! So that didn't change anything. Those aren't the only stray dogs. If you finish him off, you can say goodbye to this bleating white goat. You bastard! You're quite a late arrival. Chief of Immigration, yeah. Sorry I kept you waiting. But think of it this way, I flew up here straight from crawling on the ground. An underdog, an underdog has his own way of flying, while wolfing down dog food and doing the doggy paddle. I made it here. So what do you say we do this, master? It's time for a walk. No, I don't wanna die, but I don't wanna fight the Liberation Army either. Serves you right, G. This is all your fault for acting so high and mighty. It's because you guys. It's because you picked this guy up, talking about getting your revenge or whatever. That all this happened, Prince Pig. Hasegawa-san, hurry up and kill that old man. Hey, Joey Baboons, I'll do whatever you want, so kill that pig, Prince. Somebody shut up that old man. Shoot. I don't care if you shoot, but just make sure you shoot that pig afterwards too. Hurry up and shoot. Shot. Just as you asked. Dan, you bastard. Gunshots. What happened? Zura. I've been waiting for this moment. Prince Hata Ness. I've been waiting for this moment ever since you exiled Prince Barkas. For this moment to exterminate you fools who have nothing beyond your big chinkos and to create a country of modest members. I didn't think the country would last long with you people in charge. But if you made an alliance with Earth, not only would the country be gone, the entire planet would too. I'm glad we were at least able to make it in time. With your final moments, you can be of some use to the country by disappearing from this world along with your useless chinko. But there is one last thing I want to ask. While you exiled Prince Barkas and took control of the country, why did you stay as a prince? Why did you leave the throne empty, never taking the position of king? There is a king, one with a huge chinko, who is capable. The Nine Dragon Prince, Dragonia. It's true that Dragonia died, but back then you said this. Big brother, he's still here. A capable prince with a huge chinko is still here. Me with my huge chinko and you with your overflowing talent, big brother. If we combine our strengths, we are Draconia, so I will wait here as a prince. For the king, Draconia's for my other half's return. When I remember this moment, this could have been so much, I guess so much epic, but Gintama, they loved to make fun of these moments. Dan, stand back. Do you know who we are? This is the return of the king. Chidansko, the symbol of the man. Man, it could have been really so epic, but yeah. Sarachi likes to make fun of, I guess, this moments. Big brother, he's still here. A prince worthy of inheriting the throne, like how father described. A capable prince with a huge chinko, it's still here. The second son tends to get forgotten about at Prince Hata's hometown. Me with my huge chinko and you with your overflowing talent, big brother. If we combine our strengths, we can become the legendary Prince Draconia. So I will wait here as a prince. For the king, Draconia's for my other half's return. Leaving that little brother behind alone, the older brother left the country. Just like how a peaceful country was suited to a kind king. There should be a country that suits someone like me. Yeah. How I never did expect this lax neighboring country to have such a fiery man. Fiery. Fiery. Fiery man. Who are you exactly? Whether I'm a prince or a foot soldier, it doesn't make much difference. On a battlefield, every corpse lying on the ground is equal, is it not, Prince Earnshaw? I abandoned my name, my status, and my chinka. I fought on seeking my country, but after all that fighting, the place I ended up at turned out to be here, Hata. When I saw you still awaiting your big brother's return, I had a thought. I haven't been fighting. I've just been running away. The battlefield I should be fighting on was right in front of me the whole time. I ran from that fight, from my responsibility to this disgrace. Hata, I'm sorry I left you fighting alone, but I'm not running anywhere anymore. No matter how smeared with disgrace I am standing next to my well endowed little brother, no matter how crushed with responsibility I am as the brother of the late great Prince Draconia, I will fight by your side. With this most modest member on full display, stand back, all of you. We are the king of the great planet, Okoku, Dragonia. This is really cool. A really cool moment until Prince, it can't be. That man is still alive. That can't be. Dan, you were the ones that once supported me for being the king. So out of consideration of this, Prince Barkas, would you put down your guns? Now is not the time to be fighting over the size of Chinkos. It is the time for the modest member and the well-endowed to unite. For that goal, both the well-endowed and Hata and most modest member, me, will become king. Yes, we must all combine our strengths to stop the Liberation Army. Don't get confused. Take up your guns. That man is dead. It is that specter trying to distract us, the modest member faction. Am I unbelievable, Dan? Then come meet me. I'll show you my modest member. No different from you. Yeah, what are you doing? Shoot already. But Minister Dan, that enormous member is unmistakable. Enormous member? Huh? Enormous member? Who in the world are you talking about? Yeah. Elizabeth! What the hell is this? Elizabeth is passed out and something incredibly obscene is coming out of him. Prince, you were quite young at the time, so perhaps you don't remember. But it's still burned into this mind of this Gia. That enormous chinko like the beard of a dragon. I'd know it anywhere. Mozo. The eldest brother of the three-planet Okoko princess, the one who was promised to become king, but lost his life in an unfortunate event. The legendary prince, the nine dragon prince. Dragonia. Wait, that's what you mean? There's seriously another prince out there? Wait, was everyone just ignoring what I was saying then? Hey Hata, hey Dan, are you guys listening? Fire, fire now. Kuzuryu massacre. Juju. Kuzuryusen 900 Dragon Slash is a technique from Rurouni Kenshin. That looks similar to this with the numbers in its cyberburst. Go, 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 go. What awesome power! These are truly not unlike the techniques of the nine dragons said to have nine herds. Gia, you're saying those are the techniques of the nine dragon, not the techniques of a person. So then this is just shitty Kuzuryuzen. So you were really alive this whole time, Prince Dragonia. Could you open this? Your form may have changed quite a bit, but this Gia remembers your chinko like it was yesterday. Gia, that doesn't seem like a chinko, but rather something a bit more serious, like something that would seriously be growing between somebody's legs. Gotta be Elizabeth, you. Katsura-san, I've lived my life not knowing what I was myself. Ah, Gia, the chinko is talking. I simply lived never thinking about where I was born or questioning my existence. Gia, which one is Big Brother? Which body's in control here? Was Big Brother always like this? But when I hit my head, I started to remember I probably was in a horrible accident long ago. Bad enough that I couldn't tell that I was anymore. And I was wavering between life and death. Starting today, you are our comrade. To I can't remember all the details, but there's one thing I know quite clearly. That my name is Dragonia. Ah, there's no way you're Dragonia. What the hell happened in that fragmented memory? The guy that showed up in the middle is actually the one that looked way more like you. Who the hell are you and why did my big brother come out from down there looking like this? I don't understand all the details, but his chinko is big, so the rest doesn't really matter. Prince Dragonia, we have awaited your return. The return of the king. Don't you care about anything besides chinkos, you shitty old man? Guys, is the prince alright? We heard gunshots. What in the world is this? Ah, the Chinko. Hey guys, would you guys freaking say something? Gia started saying stuff about how this monster Chinko is here is actually Prince Dragonia. Our king, please give us orders to shoot that rude. So you just jump over to his side purely because of his Chinko. How frivolous can you get? Our country has undergone a long period without a king. That is because we have been waiting for a successor that fulfills the king's last wish. Someone capable with a huge chinko. Please come back to our country. Won't you rebuild the country that Prince Baka has ravaged? Who's Prince Baka? There's no longer a Dragonia within me. All that is left is an empty name. I am no longer Dragonia of planet Okoku. I've become Elizabeth of planet Earth. Therefore, I am not fit to become king. However, even if I do not become king, I can fight for you to get your king back. Alone, neither of them may not be enough to be king, but the two of them together, now with all of you supporting them, I'm sure they can be a good king. So won't all of you fight with us? I wish for you to become friends with the planet that's all alone in the universe, Earth. Moment of collusion. You should treasure everything that has ball in the name. Stop the advance on Kabukicho. The road, the enemy's interference split us in two. Yeah. The enemy has launched a surprise attack on the rear unit. Should we retreat to try and aid them? There's no need. A worthless little trick. Such a desperate surprise attack is a far cry from anything that will overturn their numerical disadvantage. The essence of war comes down to having the majority and controlling the minority. Don't be thrown by this surprise attack. The rear unit is more than enough to trample these pathetic ants. We will continue straight ahead and fell that giant cannon immediately. Onward to do. Oh, I thought it was a plan to get us out of rank. You actually plan to try and to stop us. This is no surprise attack. It's just pure madness. Oh, it looks like it has started. It looks like their plan is to divide the enemy into have the Shinsengumi throw the rear into this array. Split, yeah. And have the shinobi take the front to chip away at the enemy before they get to Kabukicho. Still, I don't think that'll be enough to stop a huge spear like that. Even if you scrape away at the blade and reduce its force, it will pierce through its obstacles and make it here. It's finally time. Everybody, ready? Ching. Enemy approach confirmed. They're gathered at the I don't remember where this right. They're at the gate 3 in the south. Let's go. Now the battle begins. To do. Man, that's a huge rock. Ginza! Hold on, time out, time out. My freaking eyeball came out. No, somebody pick it up. Bro, we're on your side. We're the Yorozuya. Shinchan. Hey everyone, hold on, sister. Oh, thank goodness you're all right. You're all right. does this look? Does this look all right to you? I look like somebody just went to town on my head with a bat wrap in barbed wire. Apologize to Glenn. Anyway. uh, Walking Dead reference. Oh man, you walking violence, woman. Man, but that is a spoiler. Man, that's somewhat. I guess if you don't know, yeah, yeah. Oh, there's. I guess this is a Walking Dead reference. It's okay. I'm only tossing those barehanded. That's definitely not okay. My freaking ball came out. If somebody pick it up, I do not want. We heard Kabukicho was in danger, so we came to help. Please let us in. Please save us. I love the sentiment, but right now, Kabukicho is a stronghold. We can't let a single mouse in. So if you don't want to get hurt, keep your distance. Is that something you say to your allies? And how the hell long are you gonna keep throwing down? I'm not aiming for you. There are enemies coming up from behind. Hurry, run. Yeah. We are between a rock and a hard place. Yes. Look for an exit. Yeah, who was it? Who just kicked my butt? Shinpachi-kun, over here. Tetsuko-san. Just a second, I'll open it up. Tetsuka-san, the enemy is catching up. Here goes. Open up Hell's Gates. Yeah. Nice. It worked. That was not nice. What in the world is a Hell's Gate? Hell's Gate is a weapon I invented for luring enemies to hell. I use all broken swords to make it. Hell's Gates is an entrance which, once you got into it, you never go back out of that. That's actually not an entrance at all. What are you doing inviting people to use a dangerous entrance like that? Should I have not come over here? Why would you build something that's confusing? If you're looking for a different entrance, there's one over there. Where? Heaven's Gate. It's an entrance to lure enemies to heaven. That's not actually an entrance at all. So they're really the same thing, aren't they? Insan, it's no use. There's no entrance anywhere. Ah, are you still chasing after your ball? Paco, over here. Antonio, it's Ago. Antonio. You had everything but the I'll open the gate in a second. Hold on. Sorry. Paka. Pashi. Patan. Welcome back, Paco. Now you're really one of us, or should I say you're really ballless. Welcome to the Morocco Gate. This is a reference to Japanese actress Maki Carousel, who got a gender reassignment operation in Morocco, starting a connection the Japanese public consciousness between Morocco and gender reassignment operations. Oh, that's right. Don't. Well, anyhow, the door to a new world is opening to you. Give me back my son. Money. Is it money you want? I get you your money. Please carefully wrap my son in a back sack and place him in some cold water. The world might end at any second, and this is what you bastards are doing. Behind you, enemies. Dudung. I don't know. You guys came up here to capture the earth or what? You must have been prepared to lose those orbs when you came here, right? That just ended up being a Hell's Gate too. Gin-san, please get a hold of yourself. Hey Gin-chan, Shinpachi, there's an entrance right over here. Huh? Hey, not so loud, the enemy's here. Ah, Kagura-chan, Kagura. Oh, whose children are these? I do not recall requesting a gaggle of unrefined children, Kyoshira. I came here only for a first class reception from no less than first classmen. My humblest apologies, Kagura-sama. A place where people of the Liberation Army, you are standing in the host club, Takamagahara, a place where women are entertained. Pardon my rudeness, but we cannot allow men, especially those carrying such dangerous objects inside. What are you on about? We'll kill you. That's enough, Kyoshiro. If they want into the shop that badly, we'll just have to accommodate them, don't we? Won't we? Bottles of Orronamine C for these boys. In exchange, we'll be taking those vicious things. Girls have no need for such items. 5 bottles of Orronamine C and 5 penises and right there. So this is just the exact same thing as before, isn't it? What is with this town? Can you get in unless you have your penis ripped off? And wait, was Kagura-chan running this whole thing? Why are you collapsing with them? Somehow, I could understand their pain. Don't say that like it's a good thing. Use this thing, Kozeni Gata-san. If there's no entrance, you just gotta make one yourself. Are telling us to use this to climb up there. Don't worry, from up here, the queen and I will pull you up. Did you just say something about the queen? The rope might be a little slimy, so you might want to to tie it around yourselves. Why is it slimy? If you maybe did a tortoise shell bondage harness on yourselves, she might be able to exhibit a bit more of her power. Yeah. Hey, what are you doing up there? Like before we got here. Never mind that. I just need you to trust me and her. Please believe this filthy pig. Hey, that sounded like an explosion. You okay? Once you've tied the rope, try to stay still as long as possible. Don't go struggling. Okay, ready, set, to go. Man, that's heavy. Hey, are you alright? It kinda looks like you're tied up too. Is that connected to this rope? Don't worry about that. You're just tied to this pig to make sure you don't get trapped. It wouldn't be tied like that. It seems way more complicated than what we need here. My queen, I think this may be too much for me. They're going to tear off. You're turning purple, can't you see? Well, yes, I did say I wanted your ultimate Z course before the world ended. What's a Z course? What's gonna tear off? I have two balls, so it should be no problem if I lose someone rolling each person up. That's just too much. Hey, what the hell is this rope tied to exactly? Is this some kind of fetish thing you're doing? Boo. Boo. Now all I can hear are Pan and Boo. What happened? Hey, that enemy's heading this way. Say something. Booey. Something besides Booey. I've got your order, sir. Then allow me. If you want them torn off that bad, then allow me. Booey. No, no. What? What's going on? This town. These people, what are they? I made light of the idea that townspeople could protect their city, but it looks like they've got more backbone than some soldiers that can fight a war if they ain't got a gun. But against us, whether they're tough bones or brittle bones, they all just end up pounded into dust. And of course, that goes for this Iron City too. The strong arm tears away. What will come of this last fortress? Yeah, the Dakini is here. The Liberation Army finally reaches Kabukicho. Finally, the Great Gintama exhibition begins in December 23rd. Please will tickets now and say. Okay. Lesson 616. Dirty is a fine color too. Yeah, here we go. This is the fight. One of the best fights as well. He broke it in just one attack. He broke the wall of the Iron City. Forward! We the Kini will slice open the path. All the rest of you need all the rest of you need to do is just keep pressing forward. That will be enough to make victory drop into our hands. Damn, looks like little tricks like that we won't be able to stop this huge army's momentum. We can't keep them all back. The enemy is entering Kabukicho. Don't whine about the details. Just focus on cutting them as many enemies in front of you as you can. We've already got a separate unit in Kabukicho, but how much use will they actually end up being? It's not just their numbers that's giving the enemy so much momentum. It's those huge tanks that trample everything in their path. Are these the Kini monsters beyond anything a human can stop? Geez, against those tanks, a wall is no different from a piece of paper. But breaking through the ground doesn't involve walls. Now, I see now. In order to obstruct us, you made the city itself into a wall, eh? Man. he's yeah, he's really powerful. That's fine. If there's no path, then until we've made one with our own hands, we'll crush, smash, bore, and destroy the whole city along with the enemy and their traps. Then the top of that pile of rubble will be our path. Run! Yeah. They're on their way here. It's dangerous to stay here. Otai-chan, Oreo, Hana-chan, our ballista broke. Are there any more traps at this rate? They'll bring everyone to a safe place. Otai, we told ya all as cabaret girls we're gonna work together to help each other, but to help protect the city. Otai, we're not going anywhere until I'm sorry. There's nothing else you can against them. Clever traps and crafty schemes won't work. Even if we all work together, there's nothing. Otai. Ooh! Whoa, this is much brutal. I don't remember this scene in the anime. Or maybe it happened? I don't remember. This is much brutal. Hurry, if you're going to flee, now's your only chance. Wait, Otai, I've gotta come with. I guess it did. Man, this is much brutal. Run! Ooh, Gashin. Yeah, man, look at the bone coming out. Yeah, I remember this part, but I'm not sure. I guess also this, but I feel like this is much more brutal compared to in the anime. They even gave white loincloth Saiga a lot of trouble. Looks like these Dakini are even more Saigo are more annoying than I thought. How many of these guys are in the city right now beats me. I don't feel like counting, but there's one thing I can say for sure. If any more enemies get into the city, we're gonna be up shit creek. We're gonna have to protect these broken walls with our lives. But if we're here taking on all the enemies coming in from the outside city, that is the city is gonna be destroyed by the enemies inside. And if we focus on them, we'll get devoured by the enemies outside. In other words, it's really just a matter of preference. Either we fight as a wall to keep the army outside from getting in and die, or we fight the monsters inside the city and die. Choose whichever you like. I'll take whichever one's left over. Are you sure about me picking? Doesn't change the fact that I'd be fighting a losing battle. Anyhow, even though you and I used to be called Shiurayasha and White Loincloth Saigo, at some point we weren't white anymore. Somewhere along the way, this town dirtied us. We're really two of the same breed. If that plain white died in this town is just gonna drop dead, then I don't really care either way. Well, if we're gonna die either way, we've got all the same answer. We won't pick either. We're gonna choose the miracle where we all survive. Man, I really thought that this was the moment where Jirocho will be coming. Because Jirocho is also a former, um, yeah, he fought the Joey War as well. Yeah, Otai. Oh, I don't remember this. Man, a head was rolling and it has the hair of Otai. Did that happen in the anime? Man, I don't remember. I don't think so. Man, this would have been so shocking. Man, because this looked like Otai's head been cut off, and then they throw it outside Otai, and then you see the I guess maybe do not touch that woman, do not touch my precious one. But I remember this part where Kyubey saved Otai. The blade of love is swung. So maybe it did. Maybe I just don't remember this exactly. But yeah, and that's why this whole arc has really been. It really felt so much different from the usual Gintama. Those eyes focused. As first eviction event, the creating time. Bushi is a tiny samurai from a fairy tale in Japan that defeats an oni by being swallowed by it, then pricking it from within his needle sword. Ooh. Onis are weak to small things like Boshi. What took off this Oni's head? This is Otai. Kyubey. Kyubey-san, Otai. Over here, everyone, hurry. Hurry, Q-chan. I knew you would come. Sorry, I really kept you waiting. Honestly, I wanted to run to your side right away and take you away from this planet. But but back then I decided that when the day would come when I grasped your hand and I took you away, it wouldn't be just you. I would be the kind of strong man and the kind of strong woman that could take your smile along with you. Yeah. So I'm going to kidnap you one more time along with the world you love so much. Yeah, there are enemies over here too. My, you've gotten quite greedy again, haven't you, Cube? With all these brides, your hips won't Bin Bokusai-sama. I suppose I suppose it's the duty of the clan to follow with the grandchild's indulgences and the master's indulgences. Understood. If the young master wishes it, then whether it's to find a bride or set up a group date, we'll save the world if we have to. That is the duty of the Yagyu for heavenly kings. Brace yourselves. Whatever happens, we must stop the enemy here. We can count on Paco and the others to protect the citizens of Kabukicho, so we have to have their backs. Go. There are these are a stubborn bunch. They're still going on. Still going. Spread out formation to every entrance of the city. Attack the other gates too. To thin out the enemy's guard. Oh no, they're planning to use their numerical advantage to surround the city. With all the chaos going on in the city right now, the defenses on the other gates should be weak. If we attack one of those, they won't stand a chance. They just don't have the manpower to protect every gate. At this rate, what the? Yeah. The Yagyu clan and volunteer soldiers is not just the outside, they're even inside the city. They're coming through the sewers. Ginchan! These are, heh, took you long enough. You were getting sick and tired of waiting. I've been waiting too, sharpening my blade, storing up my strength for the moment when silver dwelled in this sword. Now the pupils of the Yagyu Shinkage school as well as the volunteer corps Chinko unit are here to aid. Volunteer corps Chinko unit are here to aid. Yorozuya Ginchan, let's move. Man, so cool. So gory. Good job scrounging up a unit like this. This is more of the Yagyu clan's influence. I did not do a thing. This is simply how many there were that chose to go down fighting if they were going to go down anyway. Not at all. The young master's impassioned speech struck a chord with everyone. I have that gallant figure recorded right here. You must have a look at it. Hey, watch out. Ow! The record of the young master's growth stayed with the whole universe as our opponent. No matter what numbers we can scrounge up, it's still just a drop in the bucket. A lot of girls end up crying this the way this is going. Do you really think a dick face like you would make any woman cry? Who are you calling a dick? I'm the only one crying here. For me, this is not a matter of winning or losing. The important thing right now. This is our battlefield. We haven't had a fighting this exciting. We haven't had a fight this exciting since that one back then. Yeah, that was so funny. Especially, I think my favorite was the Okita Kagura combo. That certainly was an enjoyable fight, brother. Huh, fun. You got any clue how many bones I broke? It's been a long time now since we were exalted as the instructors to the Shogun family. In a world of peace as well as a world where ships float in the sky, swords are no longer needed. Just as we were thrown out by our Lord, at some point the world forgot about the sword. But before the end, the heavens shone a light down on us. We of the sword were given a place to fight. Whether we win or lose, this is the last battle of the sword. But now, at this moment, only the sword can save this planet. The joys, those that stake their lives on the sword. The swords we honed for so long were all for this moment. Move out. Follow me, Nishino Tsukamu of the Yagi for Heavenly Kings. Let us finally make the Yagi school name echo across the universe. Then the boss music plays. That wasn't much of a sound. It sounded like crushing a frog. Ooh, damn, this is much. Oh man, he lost his arm. I don't I don't think they've done this in the anime. And and that's one of the Yagyu for Heavenly Kings, so he's pretty much almost dead. Ishino. Her, bring the women underground to a safe place, Tai-chan. Right now, I don't know where a place like that is on the surface, but I can say at least. Damn. That I know where the most dangerous place on the surface is. Yeah, a major dilemma. Is there any way to break through? Damn. So yeah, so that's pretty much it with the read through of these 5 chapters, and I don't know, maybe I just don't remember it exactly, but I feel like the manga is much more brutal and much more gory compared to the anime. And I guess that's probably the benefit of being a manga, is that I guess in anime there are some restrictions. I guess depending on the studio, or maybe I guess with this kinds of I guess rating as well. But damn, I think I think the manga is pretty much doesn't really hold back on the anime was already somewhat already brutal and very gore and savage. So it was already very violent. They're already showing a lot of very um, gory moments as well. But I feel like the manga has much more freedom in terms of that, and doesn't much hold. I feel like it's more brutal compared to the anime. But correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it's really similar. Maybe I'm just forgetting about it. But yeah, so pretty much that's been the read through, and yeah, there were just some. I think that's pretty much I could say in this whole read through in this part. The things that I guess somewhat is a little bit different from the anime, and I guess some scenes as well that I guess maybe the exposition is a lot more in the manga compared to the anime. They are able to explain a lot of things more, I guess, with the strategies that they've been doing. um yeah, so far that's all I could say in this read through. And but let me know if I'm mistaken about that. Maybe you just really don't remember. And if you did enjoy watching the read through, please leave a like and subscribe for updates. And if you want to watch my read through in the next chapters, it's available for early access. Just check out the link in the description down below, and it will really help support the channel as well if you decide to um, have that have to support my channel through Patreon. And at the same time, you'll have the benefit of the early access. And I also would like to shout out and thank my patrons for supporting this channel. And thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Have a great day. Goodbye.